This time I want to talk about emotions and vibrations and why they go together. Watch this. So to really understand this, you gotta understand that everything is energy, and everything has a certain vibrations. So if you put your arm under a microscope, or you put anything under it, you will see that it has a certain vibration. And emotions are vibrations, have vibrations. So depending on what emotion it is, it has a different vibrational frequency. So when you feel a type of feeling, depending on what feeling it is, it can be a low vibration feeling, and it can be a high one, it can be somewhere in the middle, like more neutral. It affects you. If you're a high vibe person and you feel happy all the time, and you do your purpose, and you're living your life, and everything is in flow, you do what you want, you have clear boundaries, and you living life on your terms, that would be a person that has a high vibe, and you attract different things in your life. But if you live maybe yourself and you have no one around, and you have all this guilt, shame, fear, anger, frustration, you have all these negative emotions, that's a lower vibration emotion. And the more of that we have, the more of that we attract in our life. So you attract what you are, and if you're high vibe, you will attract more positive stuff. And if you're a low person, like low vibrational person, you maybe feel shame, like all the time. Anything you should do something in life, like, oh no, I'm ashamed of that, I can't do that because I feel ashamed. Or like what I did, like an experiment that recently, I went to a pizza place, and I put my weirdest clothes on, and I was starting to bargain with the guys that work there, and I said I want a discount on the sauce, or like I wanted the sauce for free, or I started to like do stuff that for some people would provoke a lot of shame, like a lot of shame in your body. I have a friend of mine, she's like, no, I'm not gonna do that, and I was like, come on, it's not that bad, right? Well, you can have a no. That's no for an answer. That's the only one, or a yes if you're lucky. So if you're living your life and you know that there's a lot of guilt you're feeling all the time, there's a lot of shame, it could be a sign for you that you need to process something internally. You need to let go of that shame, that guilt, whatever it can be. It could be fear, anger. Someone that is always angry. You maybe met them, like people that are always angry. They're like angry all the time because they have a vibrational frequency that's around anger. And they connect always or often with other angry people. So for me, example, if I go and I meet someone that I see that someone is angry, I understand that he has a lower vibrational frequency, and it's hard for me to like connect with that guy. If he's angry and I try to talk with him, it's hard for me to have a connection, you know? But angry people connect with other angry people, and fearful people connect with other fearful people, and loving people connect with other loving people because they're on the same vibrational level. When you're here, you attract the same thing. So the whole thing that we want in life, what I work the most on with myself, and I'm really excited about, it's to let go of what is not serving you. Like what emotion is not serving you. Because it's the emotion that is driving us to do stuff or not do stuff. So if we feel an intense feeling of fear, for example, and we don't know where it comes from, we have no idea what it is, and we're just like fearful all the time, it's gonna mean that you're not gonna be able to do the things that you really want to do in life. It's gonna hold you back. It doesn't matter what you do. If you're not resolving the fear, you're not gonna be able to take the next step. I can guarantee you that. But the funny part with this is that you can get rid of it. You let go of the emotion, and there's a few ways that I can recommend that I've done myself, and today I feel so much better. I feel lighter, I'm more happy. It's not that I always like super happy, it's not like that, but I'm somewhere that I'm not where before. Like I was like often felt shame and fear and guilt, and I felt also anger, grief, a lot. I had so much grief in my body. It was like overflowing me all the time, and that caused me to not do stuff. My conscious brain said that, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, but the grief was holding me back, and I couldn't understand. And then I was attracted to circumstances that was like on the same vibrational level, and it was not on the places that I wanted to be. So I would say there is like a few ways that you can do this. Either you have to but this is just my hallucination and my belief and what I've done, so I know it's working on me, and if it's working on me, it's gonna work on you too, because you're human and I'm human, so we're the same. We gotta have some kind of physical event or something that is triggering your emotions. We want to trigger the emotions, and when we trigger the emotions, we want to allow the emotions to be there. So let's say you have anger. You are so angry, you're like, you can't really understand why you're angry, but you just fucking, I want to kill someone, like all that, all the time. We're just pretending. Then you have to allow the feeling to be there and not push it away. So you allow the feeling to be there, like feel the feeling and then let it go. Just let it be there, because the more you resist the feeling, it will stay. So the resistance to the energy will actually cause the energy or the feeling to stay. But when you allow anger, what happens? You're like, "Wah!" Scream like this or something, I don't know. So you gotta be in a space or in a position where you can allow yourself to do all this stuff. And when you do, you will feel like, oh, it's gone. And the more you work with yourself with this, and there's so much emotions that we have that is often negative, and it's coming from the past. The more you do this, the lighter you will feel, the different circumstances you will attract, and the more joy, love, happiness, and the good part you will actually feel throughout the day. Because imagine if this is a whole day, and 80% of that is negative feelings. Let's say you have $2 billion, you have all the sports cars, you have the horses, you have the buildings, you have everything in life. But if you have 80% negative energy, anyway, you're gonna have a bad life. Doesn't matter what money you have, doesn't matter what stuff you have, doesn't matter really, actually nothing, because your emotions, negative emotions throughout the day is like overwhelming. But let's say you have any type of life, and you have 80 to 90, or maybe not 100, but you have 80 to 90% of like positive feelings. That's a good life. That's a good day, right? It doesn't really matter. Then you don't need the 100 million, because you're happy anyway. And we want to be happy, right? That's like the base fundamental thing. So vibrations and emotions are like connected to each other. And like it's hard to understand because we can't touch energy. We can't really touch it. It's hard to understand, but we just gotta understand what that we feel is true. And there is 3 ways that the human does. Either you suppress the emotion, like very common, I've done this, like you push it away, I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to do nothing, you're like pushing the emotion away. Or you escape, you're like, oh, I'm not going to do this, and then you walk away. Or you like, there's some kind of escape. You can escape into gambling, or like sexual stuff, or like drugs, or you can escape into something else. You escape from the environment, you don't want to feel it. And then you have the release of it, you have the expression. And then when maybe you met some people sometimes, or you done this yourself, that all of a sudden something triggers you and you're like, rah, goes mad at this person or whatever that could be, and then you feel like that. It's because your cup inside of you is full and you just want to take some of that out. You're like, psh, psh, psh. Something triggers you and you're like, psh, psh. But the cup is still full. What you gotta do is you gotta pour that cup out and empty all that shit inside of you that's piled up from the past. Your upbringing, the social behaviors, the people that was around you, and everything like that. So the key here is to really feel the feeling. Feel the feeling. My father passed and I couldn't cry. I couldn't really like be sad about it. And I suppressed so much for years. Years. I was suppressing it. In the end, I was like a ticking bomb. Anything that I saw that triggered my brain, that was connected to his life, go-kart, photography, some songs, some places. He was a bus driver and I saw buses. He was reaching me and I was like crying in the end. And then when I started, everything came out. It just came out and came out and came out all the time. Key, allow the feeling to be there and let it go. You want to get rid of it and see how your life will change. I promise you, this is for any person on the planet. It works the same because we're all the same. We look a bit different, but we're all the same. And energy is emotions and we all have it. Alright, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like subscribe. I would be really happy if you did that. So thank you very much. See you next time.